Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. CJT. Good place to start is last episode.
Got in a little trouble for that episode.
Yeah, you did.
I said some things about a certain company which I should not have said it about, and they didn't like it.
How's your summer going?
Summer playing lacrosse basically every day. We lost our captain and our two assistants, so we had a whole new leadership group this year. I was one of them.
Second year completed at University of Waterloo.
Yes, sir. And I don't even know if I told you this. I'm not going back.
Say what now?
I'm going to a different school. My perspective on the rainbow flag, like you already know what it is. I think it's kind of retarded, if I'm going to be honest. Like,
why? Because I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
They're teaching like kids how to like pick their own gender and stuff. I think like, what do you think about it?
NHL predictions for the 2024-2025 season.
If you draft second overall, your draft pick is shocked to even be in the top 10. That is a terrible pick. Your franchise sucks. Anaheim 7th. For having me. No, hopefully I don't get sued, or hopefully I don't get an email from some LGBTQ member telling me to go kill myself. So
hopefully not. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the VoV podcast, Voices of Vic, with my boy CJT.
What's up, CP? You just spill your drink absolutely everywhere.
All over the audio recording machine already. I better not turn this off. What an awful start.
You're not even cutting that. That's the intro.
There you go.
That's the intro. I don't want to see a cut in it.
Episode 69, but we're recording it a bit in advance.
Recording it July 6th.
July 6th.
It's probably going to come out like late August, but
you wanted to reserve episode 69 for some reason.
Because I just like the number.
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell. Why do you like the number?
I don't know. It just represents significant greatness.
Okay.
In my life, so.
Okay, awesome, man.
That's the reason.
Wonderful start. We're going to talk about a lot today. I think that a good place to start is last episode.
Yes, sir.
Episode 16. It's been a long time since then.
Got in a little trouble for that episode.
Yeah, you did.
Said some things probably should not have said.
Let's talk about it. What happened? For all the new viewers.
Yeah, how many? First of all, how many new viewers do you think you have since then?
Oh, that's a good question.
Like 100, maybe.
Yeah, at least.
So people don't know. I said some things about a certain company which I should not have said it about, and they didn't like it.
Yeah.
Then they sent my parents an email, and I had to respond and call them and tell them sorry for everything.
Can you give a bit more detail? Because we know what it is, so I can understand. But if someone's listening, they're like, "What do you mean, like some company?" Like,
I worked for a certain company. Actually, no, I can say I worked for. I just won't say where. I worked for, and I may or may not have trashed them on your podcast, or trashed the place on your podcast, and they didn't like it. So
were they like? Did they threaten you with any like legal?
It's like they're like, I called you and they were like, we want him to delete that. We don't want it all over the internet. I think it was your TikTok that they found, or the owner found. They're like, oh, delete that. So we had to delete that. And then, actually, I don't even know if we fully deleted it.
It's unlisted.
Yeah, it's unlisted, so nobody else can see it, but I still get a good laugh at it sometimes.
It's hilarious.
But, that's kind of basically what happened.
It must have blown up it must have been YouTube they saw it on, because
it's weird because there was only like I looked at the thing, there's only like 8,000 views. To me, that's a lot of views, but like, look how many people we have in the world. Like I don't know how someone's finding that, but.
Did you say someone like reported it in, or was it the owner himself that actually was scrolling in his underwear?
So the person I used to work with was my friend. So it was his dad, or no, his stepdad. Okay. And I think a kid saw it from there, because like obviously I was friends with people there. So I think like somebody from there saw it and then kind of snitched on me and sent it to the like owner. Yeah. Then the owner knows my mom, so the owner's like, why is your son trashing my company? And then got in a little bit of trouble for that, but we bounced back.
You moved on. I'm assuming that you haven't gone back to work since.
Let's just say I probably shouldn't peek my head through the doors there.
Okay, yeah.
So no, I haven't gone back.
That's fair. What are you doing now? How's your summer going?
Summer, playing lacrosse, like basically every day.
By the time that this comes out, we will have known already, I think, if you've taken home. What is it? The Founders.
It's called
Cup?
the Founders. Yeah. So when we won in C, it was the Meredith, I think.
Yeah.
And it's the Founders, and then A is the Minto.
Yep.
So yeah,
what's the path looking like? Do you think you
So
guys
we-
are gonna go on a run
we're up 1-0 right now. We just what did we win a couple days ago?
in round 2?
Yeah, round 2. Tough game, tough team.
Yep.
I think the team we played in round 1 is better than the team we played in round 2.
Yeah.
But the team we play in round 2, which is Aurelia, is just so good. Like they're just good.
Yeah.
They have no talent, but like they just work extremely hard.
Got it.
So I think we're more talented. So
Yeah.
we should be able to win. Then if we win, I think we go to Ottawa.
Would that be the semis or the finals?
That'd be round 3,
Okay.
and then it's like the Stanley Cup kind of. So we're the East side,
Yeah.
like Eastern Conference. So
so that would be the Eastern
so
finals.
round 4. So we'd have to win round 3, and then round 4 would be
Yeah.
the like we'd go crossover.
Yeah.
And then if we win that, we'd go to Hamilton for like all winners battle. So like all the provinces. So we'd represent Ontario, and you'd have people from like BC that'd come play, or people from like Nova Scotia.
Yeah. I knew they did that for the.
They do-
in Junior A. It's not Minto for Junior A is not like the
Minto's
Ontario League. It's the
no,
whole thing.
yeah. Minto's the big cup.
Got it.
And the Ontario Cup is just like between the Ontario teams.
Got it.
But I wish they did that for C. Imagine
I know.
Imagine we could have went to like Vancouver or something. That would have been sweet.
That would have been hype.
But I
yeah.
don't think they have like teams that play C in like BC or whatever. So
Got it.
we couldn't really get in. But
So what team? You said Ottawa for the next round. Is that who you think's gonna win?
well, the one team's a native team,
Oh, okay.
which is kind of near Ottawa. Like we have to go through Kingston anyway, and then the other team is Nepean, which is in Ottawa. So
Got
either way, I think we have to go that path anyway. So
What team you think you're gonna face?
Kanawaki's up 1-0.
Okay.
I think they're the underdogs. So we're statistically supposed to play Nepean, but I don't know. You never know these days because we were supposed to play Halton in round 2, and then they got swept. So
There you go.
the underdogs just dominating right now.
What's been the difference? You were in Junior B last year still.
Yeah.
But is there any different like kind of culture between your team this year versus last year?
Oh,
'Cause
100.
where did you guys go out last year? First, second round, third?
Third round.
Third round.
So we went out third round to the team we beat this year. So we
Oh,
kind of got
okay.
revenge,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So we actually had the choice. So how it works is, so if you're 1, 2, or 3, you get a choice. You pick the team you play in playoffs. So it's not like randomly given
Got
to
it,
you.
got it.
You get to choose.
Yeah.
So we actually were first, lost our last game of the season, and then bumped all the way down to third. So first and second got to pick, and they picked the easier teams technically. So then we ended up with 2 native teams. So we
Yeah.
picked Akwesasne, who we lost to last year, and they basically had the exact same team. So
Wow.
we're like, oh shit, like
That's balls out.
yeah, we're gonna be in here for another war. And then it was funny because Halton, who got second, picked an easier team, but just got swept right away. So it was kind of like, oh. And then we went to Game 5 with the Akwesasne. It was a good series.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
You're up. You're down 2-0.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we were down 2-0. We went up there. It's weird how it works. We were the home team, but we went up there first for
Yeah.
2 games, and they came back for 3.
Yeah, that is.
So it's kind of weird. And then yeah, we went down 0-2, and then came back 3-0. And just to answer your question, leadership, I just think we lost 4 guys last year who were like, we lost our captain and our 2 assistants. So we had a whole new leadership group this year. I was one of them.
You're assistant captain.
Yeah, as assistant captain. So
That's dope.
trying to keep the boys dialed in the room.
That's dope.
And yeah, we just have a whole leadership group, but the team is still the same. So I wouldn't say it changed too much because we still have the same goal.
Yeah.
But like definitely new leadership group.
Respect.
Yeah.
Respect. How? Because you were an assistant on Junior C, were you?
No, I wasn't. No.
So what have you learned from being in that position?
Well, it's just different. I think.
There's
like-
a bigger demand of you.
Yeah. I think people expect more out of you.
Yeah.
So like
Not just playing, like just like
So
even
last year,
off the
like-
floor.
last year, like our team was really good. Our team still is really good this year, but I wouldn't even say because I'm assistant. Even if I didn't have an A, I think my role would still increase because I think everybody gets better through the off season. So like, I don't know. Yeah, I just think I've gotten just better since then, and I've just learned how to like talk to everybody.
Yeah.
And I feel like once you're on a team for a certain amount of period, it just becomes natural. Everybody just kind of knows everybody, and it just becomes easy at that point.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Second year completed.
Yes, sir.
at University of Waterloo.
Yes, sir. And I actually, I don't even know if I told you this. I'm not going back.
Say what now?
I'm going to a different school.
Where are you going?
So I'm going to Conestoga, college. And because I was going to do Waterloo, but I was looking at the curriculum and I was kind of told my parents, I was like, I don't know if I kind of enjoy this anymore. I kind of wanted to switch paths.
Yeah.
So my dad, when he was younger, went to college to be like a cop. So I kind of want to go down that same route. So I'm just going to go to Conestoga for that.
To be a police officer.
Yeah.
Damn, I had no idea.
Yeah. I didn't even tell you that. I forgot.
No.
I never told you that. Yeah, I'm
That's
switching routes.
So when are you starting up?
September.
September.
So I'm going to do what Troy does because I think Troy's commuting, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. I'll be commuting for I think it's only an hour drive.
Okay.
So I'll just live at home and then, yeah.
That's dope.
It's only 2 years, so I'm kind of still on the same path either way because if I stay,
4,
if I graduate, it would have been 4 anyway. So
got it. So 2 years. Okay, walk me through that. Like, where? How do you go from?
That's a great question. So
Sports management to
great question.
Police facing the line of fire.
That's a great question. Well, I was just looking at, I'd say I was looking at jobs, and I was asking people, like, I know how Kyle Davidson, like, he's kind of like the neighbor-ish. I still haven't talked to him yet. I still got to plan that. We can even talk about that. I told him I was going to talk to him like years ago, and I still haven't. But he was just telling me how like hard it is, and that's not the reason I switched, not because it's hard, but like, I don't know. I just I wasn't enjoying it anymore. I would say, I'd show up to class, but like, I don't know. I just didn't really want to be there anymore. So Owen's still doing that though. So
was it not like what you expected, or was it?
Yeah. So like, so I chose the program thinking I'd learn like sport business, so just like the business side of sports, but the classes are kind of just all over the place, kind of different, not what I expected. Like you'll have like a psychology class or a sociology class or like a econ 101 or like there was a class called like Waterloo 101. That's like, why am I learning this? And now like, what the fuck is Waterloo 101? Waterloo 101 for a sport business degree. And I was just looking up jobs and I was like, my dad was kind of talking to me about the cop thing and I was like, it doesn't sound like a bad idea at all. So why not? Why not give it a go? So, and it's a lot cheaper. I think I only have to pay like something under 10 grand, which Waterloo was not that. It was like, I had to pay fucking like 30 grand a year. So, so it's good to get out of there.
That's, I respect it. I respect it. Police officer is a hard job.
Yeah. I always think like, and one of my good buddies, Ryan, is, he's big in the OPP right now. He's a police officer. So
yeah,
it's pretty cool. And, what was I going to say? I just think going to school is a big thing. Like, I think if you leave school, I still think you have to go back to get something because it's like me and it's so hard to get a job without a degree these days. So my mom was just like, oh, if you're going to leave Waterloo, you got to go somewhere else. So
right.
Kind of just talked me into the cop thing, and that's where we're at.
That's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope. So obviously you don't know exactly what you're going to learn, but from what your parents have talked to you about, or from what the research you've done, what like are you going to do there?
I think it's
Waterloo 101. Is there Conestoga 101?
There actually is. I'm not even kidding. There's a Conestoga 101 class. I look at it, I was like, oh, what the is that? But I think there's a lot of fitness stuff because they actually they train you how to it's more hands-on. So college is more like you're actually my one buddy said they make you go into a house and like if somebody's robbing it, you go through what to do, and they just teach you kind of what to do in like certain situations. So like that'd be pretty cool. And then there's a psychology class, which I don't mind because you got to learn psychology. I think psychology is just a big thing in life in general. Like not even policing, just you're taking it. Yeah. And then what else is there? Yeah, I just think a lot of fitness stuff, which I'm pretty good at, so it shouldn't be too hard.
Nice. Well, actually, I have on my list of questions. I asked Alex and Olivia when I was up at my grandparents', do you have any questions for Colin's podcast? And Alex wanted me to ask you why you're so morbidly obese.
Okay.
So, but you like you like the fitness stuff.
Yeah. Okay. You got to give me a second. I got to think of what I got to say here. I don't even know how to respond to that.
How much do you weigh?
I think 155 last time I checked. Okay. 154.
That's good.
Now I was going to say something that's wild, but we're going to leave it there. How much is, do you think she's bigger than me? That's what I was going to say.
No, I don't think so. I think she's less than that.
I saw that in chirp because didn't she just win the title for goalie? I don't even know what the chirp about.
Yeah, she won MVP.
I just say I'm massively. I guess I'm massively obese. I can't really. I can't. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to take the L on that.
No, but you do. The metabolism on this guy is insane.
It's unreal. I do eat like you've seen me eat. I do eat like some bad stuff sometimes. So I don't know how. Maybe when I'm older, it's just gonna catch up to me. But
that would be funny.
She actually asked that, just how obese I am.
Just how? Why are you so obese? Is the question.
Are you gonna have her on for a part 3?
Part 2 for her. Yeah.
Okay, let me ask her a question then.
Okay, what's the question?
Whenever she's in net, let me have a breakaway challenge against her.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll rent some ice. Troy was talking about renting ice, so we could actually probably get
rent
that
some
done.
ice. Rent some ice. We'll see, because I remember way back in the day on Instagram Live, we used to chirp each other about
Instagram Live.
Yeah, I remember when you used to call me way back in the day. Way back, and I think you were doing Instagram Live, and I was like, "Oh, I'm better at this or something." And Olivia's like, or not Olivia, Alex was like, "Oh, you're trash at hockey or something." Maybe. So we got to get the real 1v1 going.
Yeah.
Got to get it set up.
That was. Oh, you know what? Actually, I do remember that.
Do you remember that?
So long.
Yeah,
ago.
dude. I still remember that.
That's insane.
I still remember that.
I do. That was.
I remember you were like, I think you said my name, and she was like, "He's trash at hockey or something." I was like, "All right, let's get the 1v1 going."
I remember that. That's crazy. Yeah. Anyways,
I didn't expect to be massively obese, but I can't really.
Gonna have to accept that one.
Yeah, I don't really know how to respond to that. So
next thing I want to show you.
Let's do it.
I don't even have this
all these
video.
Surprises. I didn't even know I was gonna get that obese question.
There you go. I don't even have this video loaded up, but it has to do with your police thing.
Okay.
And it also has to do with another topic that we can discuss.
Okay.
Which is the beautiful rainbow flag. I want to show you a clip. I'll put it on the screen so that people can watch it too, but I want your thoughts.
Because I know your mom watches every episode, doesn't she? So
yeah.
You got to give her some enlightenment on what we're watching here.
Make it too easy to make a joke out of cops.
Look at this. A transgender cop car. Look at that.
You know, the funny thing is I've actually seen this video. I already know what it is.
Are you guys cops or you just identify as cops?
Yeah.
Did you see the cop's face? Do you think that cop is sitting there happy about that? Or do you think he doesn't have a choice because that's how he makes a living and they gave him the car to drive? Make it too easy to make.
It's a great video.
So
how do we respond?
Are you going to be whipping around Toronto in the transgender cup?
To be honest, okay, here's how I do. What he said at the end there was great. I would just do it if, I was paid to do it. You know what I mean? Like, if it's a car there, okay, I couldn't care about the rainbow flag. Also, I like, my perspective on the rainbow flag, like, you already know what it is. I think it's kind of retarded, if I'm going to be honest. Like, sorry for the people that love it. I just think it's the stupidest thing in the world.
Why?
Because
I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
Yeah. You're going to go on the other people's side.
I'm going to explain this. I do this all the time.
I just think it's pointless. It just creates... I think the internet has pushed a lot of wrong info out. So, like, I think if nobody had the internet, nobody had their phones, this wouldn't be as big of a deal as it is. I just think it's gone way too out of proportion than it used to be. Now it's just like they're teaching like kids how to like pick their own gender and stuff. I think like I don't know, back then we weren't even born, but just from the info I'm receiving, like it wasn't as pushed as back then. It just kind of naturally happened if you liked this certain person or that certain person.
Yeah.
And I just think it's fucking stupid right now. It's just random bullshit for no reason. You see protests everywhere, and I just couldn't give a shit about it. So I don't really care. Like, no offense, I couldn't care what people think about my opinion either. I don't care.
That's fair. Okay, so now let me ask you.
Wait. What do you think about it? Because I've always wanted, like, I've never really heard your opinion on it.
I don't think that the rainbow flag is a symbol for the average gay person. I think it's much more than that. I think that I don't like it. I don't like the flag because I think it doesn't it represents so much more than just gay rights.
Right.
When it comes to gay rights, absolutely. I completely stand by not like any of this crazy stuff of putting drag queens in fucking kindergarten.
Yeah.
But just like normal human rights for gay people, of course.
Yeah.
But But no, I think that this flag is so much more than that. They're putting black people on the flag now too. It's like this is nothing to do with gay rights. This is some weird victimization cult you're trying to make.
Right.
Where for some reason the most evil person in the world is people like me and you, straight white men. And it's very, I don't know, it's very dark. But let's talk more about, let's try to understand like the argument. Okay.
Because like I have like, don't get me wrong, I have like gay friends. Don't get me like, I don't discriminate. I treat them the same as everybody else. What I mean is the flag itself, I think is just pointless. I don't think like gay people are pointless or lesbians are pointless. I just think like the whole thing to do with the flag and the whole like LG, like so many letters and this and all the bullshit, I just couldn't care about. Okay. I'm not saying like if a gay person was sitting beside us right now, I'd treat him the same as I'm treating you. You know what I mean? I just think like the whole idea behind it to me is just retarded in my opinion.
So I'm gonna once again, I'm probably agreeing with like 90% of everything you're about to say, but I'm still gonna ask the questions.
Yeah. You got to see it from their perspective as well, I guess.
Right. So you're saying like you treat the gay person with the same respect. You just, why do they have a flag? I'll ask you, why do Canadians have a flag?
That's fair.
Why can't they just be Canadian? Why do they need to wave a flag?
That's fair. I just think I think the difference is Canada is like, it's a place. Canada's Canada. You know what I mean? The pride flag, there's no like, I don't know if this makes sense to you. There's no like place. Like I can't call a country pride, if that makes sense. Canada's like my country. I'm from Canada.
So why is a country more important to your identity than your sexual orientation?
That's fair. I don't know. I just grew up in Canada and just the culture, like hockey's Canada's game, like, you know, just the culture of Canada. And I've been here for all my life. I'm not sure how to answer that question. I think if you're born, you should just stay what you are, to be honest with you. I don't see it.
Stay what you are.
Like, what was your question? Sorry. How does
like why is your country more important to your identity than your sexual orientation?
Right. I just think, I don't know how to answer that. I just think like whatever you're born as, just fucking stay as it. Why you got to make it so complicated? If you're born a woman, you're a woman. If you're born a guy, you're a guy. You know what I mean?
What about the people that are born a woman but they feel like they're a man?
Well, then that's just their fault at the end of the day.
It's their fault?
That's not my problem. I'm born a guy. I'm going to stay as a guy. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Just so much controversy. I'm going to get flamed.
I'm asking you the question.
No, I don't mind it. It's my opinion.
Exactly. This is the thing, is that I believe in the conversation.
Yeah. 100%.
I'll have a guy who I completely disagree with sit here, and I'll still let him speak and share his opinion, because people will be able to hear, okay, does he have the logic to back up what he's saying?
Yeah.
So
I just don't think I know how to answer that, to be honest. I'm not sure. I just think
you feel that way. Though.
Yeah, I just think I've been in Canada so long. I love the country, you know.
Yeah.
I just think it's completely. I think Canada and the pride flag are just two separate things. Yeah. Like countries and the pride flag are just, it's not, the pride flag's not it's not a country. It's not like a. I just think it's a random ass flag that just kind of like got made for no reason. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
That's just what I think.
I think the problem we're at is understanding, why should a country be more linked to one's identity than someone's sexual orientation?
Right.
Why should I be prouder of being Canadian than I should be of being straight? And I would say it's because having a nationality as a key component of your identity unifies you with your community, whereas being connected with a sexual orientation does not.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like a pride flag only unites gay people, whereas a Canadian flag unites everyone in Canada.
Right.
It doesn't just unite gay people, and it doesn't only unite straight people. It doesn't only unite gay people. It's about the people on this land, the people within these borders all share a common culture.
Exactly.
Well, not language, I guess, English and French languages.
But we all share like a common thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to
common
interrupt,
way
like,
of life.
Like we're all Canadian. We're not everybody's part of the pride thing. But we're all Canadian. I can call you Canadian, your brother Canadian. Yeah. Like, so we all kind of share the same thing. That's why I think it's important.
Okay, but then here, once again, keep talking about it. The gay flag, maybe it's not uniting people within a certain border, but it's uniting people all around the world who feel like they're alone, and they're like, no, there are more people like me.
Right. I just think like if you have a belief of some, so say for example, there's a gay person right there, and then me and you both straight. I just don't think there's a difference. You know what I mean? If there's someone's gay here, like I said before, I'm gonna treat you the exact same way I'm gonna treat him. I just think like this whole like pride thing is just over pushed. I just think if somebody has their own belief, somebody has their own thing, just keep that to themselves. We don't need to. Don't need to push it on these younger people because like you've seen clips of videos. They're like.
The stuff with kids,
they're
is
showing
insane.
they're showing you can pick your gender, and it's like a 3-year-old kid watching this with his parent in the background. It's kind of like you know what I mean. So I just think 50% of it is just pointless. It's just a waste of time. In my opinion.
The stuff with children is psychotic.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even spend the time to give the devil's advocate argument for why we should have drag queens in kindergarten classes. I think that's borderline demonic. That's insanely inappropriate. But what else did I say? Okay, let's talk about some more stuff, as in, should gay people be allowed to get married?
I think 100%.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. Okay. I just think, like I said, my only problem with it, which I've already said, is just the info that it's getting pushed out. You know what I mean? I have no problem with two people getting married that aren't the same sex. They're not bothering me. I'm not bothering them. I couldn't care less. Yep. What about you? You think that way?
Yeah, I haven't given it too much thought, but I don't think that the government should have the right to kind of interfere with. Yeah. Especially if there's certain benefits. It's hard to say. My mind tells me yes, but I haven't really reasoned through why.
Yeah. I just think if they're not bothering me, if they're pushing it in my face, gay this, gay that, gay, I have my own beliefs, you have your own beliefs, relax. But if it's just two people that I just see as I'm driving by, it doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah. It's really, some of the stuff is disturbing.
Like I said, I just think it's over pushed.
Yeah.
I think people just, I don't know, back in the day, it just kind of came up, I don't know if somebody just turned gay, or I don't know how it used to work, but nowadays it's just pushed all over the news. And
yeah, a lot of people are being socially conditioned.
It's just brainwashed into thinking you're this when it's just because you're on the internet believing certain things.
Yep, it's true. It's not even because I know people who
were
thought they were gay.
Yeah.
And then all that needed to happen was for some person from the opposite sex to be, a good person to them and charming and nice, and turns out they weren't actually gay. It was more the society. So it's a very touchy topic. I think that we need to disconnect the gay flag from gay rights and gay people as a whole, because that flag, I don't think, accurately represents the actual homosexual community very well, but instead represents some sort of woke.
It's I know exactly me. It's just it's two different things. It feels like
I think it's corrupt. I think that whole movement's corrupt. Not gay rights, just the flag.
Yeah, we're not dissing that. We're not dissing nobody's rights, but
having exactly the rainbow, and then adding the trans triangle, and then adding black people into it, and then adding some this changes all the time.
Or the letters.
The acronym is 2,000 letters long.
It used to be I don't even know why it's a fucking name in the first place, but it used to be LGBT. I don't want to mispronounce. I don't want to affend anybody, but I forget what it used to be. Now there's plus, minus, the fucking additions beside it. It's what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah.
It's I just think if someone's straight, if someone's gay, if someone's whatever, we don't. Yeah, like I said, we don't need to enforce it into everyone can do their own thing. I don't come up to you and I'm oh, I'm straight this, I'm straight that, I'm this, I'm that.
Yeah.
I just do my own thing. You know what I mean? I was just gonna ask you, what do you think of? I forget what they're called, but all the Aquarius and the Gemini shit. What are those called?
Horoscopes?
Your births?
Star signs?
Yeah. What do you think of that stuff? People that
I feel like that's not really related to the gay flag.
No, I know, but I was just thinking of that, and I was what do you think of it? It just kind of popped up in my mind. I don't
know if I believe or not believe in it. I don't think about it ever.
No, I'm gonna be honest. I could not have just thought of it right now because I was just thinking of something.
Was there a girl who was talking to you
No,
about
no.
it?
I saw a TikTok on it, and it was like, Gemini, this is your month. This is your month. That I'm like, what even is? How do you know it's my month? Like, what if I'm fucking lazy on the couch all day? Is that my month? Like,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just wanted to know what you thought of it
Yeah, I
because
know.
I think I don't know. I don't even know why it's even on the internet in the first place.
I tried believing in horoscopes for like a week when I was 11, and there was a day I read my horoscope for the day, and it said intuition was going to be low. Like it had a low percentage for intuition, and I had a hockey game that day, and I was like, this is not good. I need intuition to be able to sense where the play is going to go.
Yeah.
And then I played hockey, and I had a bad game, and then I realized I was like, I probably just psyched myself out because it said my intuition was going to be low. So then I actually played as if my intuition were low, and I had a terrible game and we lost and blah, blah, blah. I deleted horoscopes app after that. I haven't looked at it since.
That's sick.
So,
No, it's like, remember when, sorry, I'm just
retired.
trying to think of topics. Remember when you put on Owen skates at that thing that Jaylee and I invited us to?
awful.
That was awful.
Didn't you use the skates then when we played at Alder?
Oh yeah, and it was bad too. I remember that shitting. We played with like the nets all the way down with those couple older guys. I was sick.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
We can talk about hockey more. Let's get into our predictions.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll start. What division you want to start with? I was thinking Central.
I like that. Central.
So do you want to go what? 8-8, 7-7, 6-6, 5-5, all the way up, or do you want to tell?
You did like 8-1.
Yeah.
Oh,
What'd you
I
do?
just did the playoff teams.
Oh, bro.
I thought you
did
meant
the
like
whole thing.
Oh shit.
Okay, maybe we'll take a quick break. We'll let the cameras cool down,
Yeah.
and then we'll jump back into it. Sweet. We're back.
Chuck.
NHL predictions for the 2024-2025 season. Took a quick camera break, but we're back.
You want to do like I'll say my 8, you say your 8, and then we just keep going up, or how do you want to do it? It's for the real hockey OGs out there.
Yeah.
The
For all
real
NHL fans,
G's.
if you're not a hockey fan, feel free to skip this part, but
No, don't skip this part. We need viewership. You got the best guy on the podcast for a reason on here.
CJT, you can't miss his content.
CP's views were down, so they called me from I was gonna say my location, but they called me from a certain spot and told me to pull up. So here we are.
So let's start with the Central. Yeah, okay. Let's start with the Central.
I
go
would
first.
say
You go 8-1, and then I'll give my 8-1, and then I'll give my 8-1 first for the next.
I would say for me, this is the easiest division.
Okay.
By 1,000%. Like not skill wise, I just mean to pick from.
Yeah.
8, pretty obvious for me. I have Chicago.
I have Chicago too.
They're just fucking terrible. They got some good draft picks. They have Bedard, but they're awful.
Well, we'll go one by one. I'll say mine. You'll say yours. So yeah, you go.
Number 7, I have Utah.
Utah
The
7.
newest team in the league. I think they got Sergachev and they got I forget the other guy they got, but I don't know. I can't see them being better than any other 6 teams that I have on here.
For me at 7, I have St. Louis.
Okay, nice.
I do think St. Louis is going to fall off this season. I don't think they did enough at the deadline or at the free agency. And last year they, once again, not a lot going on in St. Louis. So
Just lost Berube was their coach. I guess Toronto just caught him.
Exactly. I don't know. They seem kind of irrelevant right now in the league.
Number 6, I actually have St. Louis.
There you go.
Honestly, if you ever watched a St. Louis game, no enjoyment at all. Honestly, they fucking suck.
Maybe a few years ago they were.
My dad actually met the lead trainer on St. Louis. He's actually a beauty. Not gonna lie. So shout out to that guy.
Yeah, sorry, your team sucks.
Yeah, your team is fucking terrible, but you're a beauty.
Number 6 for me, I got Minnesota Wild.
Okay, nice.
Another team, I like Kaprizov, but they're just kind of irrelevant. They don't really got much going on.
Especially with Fleury back in there too.
Yeah.
Still have him at 6. Fair. Number 5, I have the Jets.
Jets at 5. Same here.
I think Hellebuck is good. Don't get me wrong, but they just lost. Like honestly, I was talking to a guy in construction. What the fuck is there to do in Winnipeg?
Good point.
Winnipeg. Let me just make sure my mic's on. Winnipeg might be one of the most just plain cities. The people there are beauties, but like it's like Orangeville as a province. There's absolutely nothing to do here. So That's my number 5.
I got Jets at 5 too. Number
Same
4.
reasoning. This is my wild card number 2. I have Minnesota.
Okay, so you got this team in the playoffs.
Yeah, so I put 4 and 4 for the Western.
Yep.
So my wild card 2 team is Minnesota. I think they're a little better than what you have at 6. I think they have some top guns and they have a good goalie. So I think they're a slightly wild card team.
That's fair. I can respect it. For me, at number 4, missing the playoffs.
Missing the playoffs.
Missing the playoffs is Utah.
Wow, number 4.
I think Utah, once again, they got Sergachev. They got a new brand, new location, real fans.
Real fans.
That team has gone so long in just like the small stadium, feeling like they don't have support. I feel like everyone in the lineup is going to be hyped to be in front of a full 20,000 crowd. And I think that they're going to have a really good season, just missing the playoffs, though.
Nice. My number 3, I have who I thought would win the Cup last year is Colorado.
Yeah.
Got Colorado at number 3, I think. I don't know, the other 2 teams that I have above them made a lot of good free agency deadline things, so I think Colorado's 3rd.
There you go. I got Dallas at 3.
Nice. Okay.
Dallas Stars went to the semis this year.
Probably should have went to the Cup. Actually, they were my choice, actually. I don't even think it was Colorado. I think I chose Dallas.
There you go. They won the conference in the regular season for the West. I don't know. Jamie Benn's getting older. Tyler Sagan's getting older. I feel like that another loss in the Stanley Cup semifinals hurts them. And they're going to make the playoffs. They're still good. I just don't think they're going to go and win the conference again.
Fair enough. My number 2, I have Nashville. I think this team is OP. Yeah. They have Saros in net, so good goalie. They just signed Stamkos, Shea, and I think Marchessault. Those are key guys. I don't know how Stamkos only got $3 million
from Tampa. Yeah,
but I think they're a number 2 team.
I have Nashville at 2 as well. Gotta agree with you there. Stamkos, Marchessault, Shea, and Lindholm. They got Elias Lindholm.
Oh, really? I thought he went to Boston.
Nope.
Oh, shoot.
So that's huge.
I didn't know he went to Nashville. That's crazy.
Huge. Nashville's going to be an exciting team. I won't be surprised if they win that division. But obviously, at number 1, you have Dallas.
I do have Dallas. I think Dallas
Colorado.
is a wagon. They only lost Tanev, I think, which is still huge. But I don't know. I think you have to lose to win. Like when we won the C's or whatever, I'm just going based off my experience. We lost a fuck ton to get to where we were. So I think good teams just have to lose, like Edmonton. I think Edmonton's going to be good as well.
I hear you. Yeah, I put Colorado at number 1. They've still got a bunch of skill, and they're a really solid regular season team all the time. So
nice.
Gonna have to put them at number 1 for the Central.
Pacific.
Let's do Metro.
Metro
Division.
All right, the Metro number 8.
I think we're gonna have the same number 8.
Do you want to go first?
I'll go first. Columbus number 8.
Okay, I actually don't have Columbus.
Interesting.
I have Philadelphia.
Philly.
I think
even with Torts.
I think they got lucky last year because as you saw towards the end of the season, they couldn't win a fucking hockey game. They were in the playoffs and just couldn't win.
Yeah.
They are getting Mitchkov this year though.
Yep.
Did sign, so I don't know. I just don't think they're that good. And I think Columbus just signed Monahan, him and Goudreau.
Oh, did they?
They got Monahan 5 years.
Damn.
And I looked it up. Lindholm went to Boston.
Really?
Yeah. 7 times 8. But better prove CP wrong here real quick for all the viewers.
What the hell?
Sorry, I had to correct you because that actually affects my choice. So.
Am I tripping balls? I swear I thought he was in that.
This guy didn't even know Monahan went to Columbus either.
I didn't know that.
Guy's recording a podcast, doesn't know his facts at all.
I thought it was on NHL Discussion. Am I out of my mind?
Well, they both do have yellow jerseys.
Yeah, maybe.
They're just blind. Oh, yeah.
I'm probably blind. Well, my apologies.
Anyways, I still have Nashville at 2.
That does, yeah, me too.
So for my number 7, I actually have Columbus.
Columbus at 7.
I think they're better than Philly. Oh, sorry, you were supposed to go first, but I went first. Yeah. Number 7, yeah, I think Columbus is just they're a bad team, but
irrelevant.
But I think they beat out Philly.
You got to trade line A. My number 7. This is a wild pick, but I think I'm going to be right. By the time April rolls around, when the season's over, Carolina Hurricanes number 7. These guys lost basically everybody in free agency.
Who'd they lose, CP? Educate me, CP.
Brady Shea.
Okay.
Teuvo Teravainen.
Who'd he go to?
Chicago.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yep.
They lost Pesci. They're about to lose Natchez. That's about to come up.
Yeah.
That's huge.
I think that they're in trouble.
Their goalies suck.
Freddie's
awful.
I think that Carolina is in some deep trouble, and they got to do
Gensel?
something. They lost Gensel too.
They don't even have Gensel. They have fucking nobody on their team anymore. What free agents did they sign? Nobody.
Yeah.
Signed Martin Hook. Fucking waste of time. Waste of time in the NHL.
So
what a ballsy pick by CP.
So I'm going Carolina at 7. Number 6, I got the Flyers. You got them at 8. I got them at 6. I got them missing the playoffs as well.
Fair enough.
Even though as much as I love Torts, Michkov's coming in. I liked their season last year. I think it's going to be a bit of a drop off. I don't think that they got what it takes, unfortunately.
Fair enough. My number 6 is a team that actually I think went the most quiet I've ever seen, the Islanders. They never make a move at the deadline. They don't do shit anywhere. And their goalie saves them every other game. So
yeah,
I have them at 6.
Yeah, Islanders need some spice. I got them at 5. And obviously, I'm missing the playoffs too, unfortunately. I like their style of play. It's just this is a competitive league. There's too much skill for you to be going around thinking, we have team spirit. Whatever. I don't know. Whatever the Islanders have. They just don't have it.
I couldn't agree more. My number 5 missing, I have Pittsburgh. Just, in my opinion, too old and did fucking nothing at the deadline.
Yep.
They had the exact same team as last year, so I got them at 5.
Yeah, they're getting older. I got them at 4. Missing.
Missing
at 4. Pittsburgh Penguins. Crosby, love them. Malkin, let's hang. These guys are getting older.
They are.
Not getting younger, not getting faster. That's for sure. I still think they're good, but once again, it's a competitive league. Guys are getting better than they've ever been.
Yeah.
So I just don't think Pittsburgh's got it in the tank this year. I think they're going to get close, 4th in the Metro, but not in the playoffs.
Nice. Your number 4.
That was my number 4.
Oh, was it?
Your number 4.
My number 4 is Washington.
Okay. Is that in the playoffs?
In the playoffs, wild card number 2.
Yeah.
I think Washington got Dubois. They got the guy that I wanted the Leafs to get, Roy, or whatever his name is, and they got another defender. I forgot his name. Chychrun from Ottawa. They made the playoffs last year as the underdogs, and OV was shit last year, and I think he's going to be better. So, I think number 4.
I hear you. Number 3 for me, making the playoffs. They had a tough season last year, but I expect the bounce back. New Jersey Devils. Young team, Jack Hughes, Luke Hughes. That pairing's going to be good this year. Nico Hischier's a young captain, and I think they're just kind of solid. I think last year was a bit of a fluke. I think they'll be good.
So you have Washington in the top 2. Wow.
I do.
Number 3, I regret doing this because I heard your opinion on it, and it makes fucking sense. But I had Carolina, not realizing they lost a lot of fucking key guys.
Yeah.
But who knows? They could turn around.
They could. They still have that reputation.
They do. So I have Carolina at 3.
At number 2, I have Washington Capitals.
I was gonna say they cannot be a number 1 team. There's no way.
No, but I think they've been making moves.
Solid.
They got Pierre-Luc Dubois. Not that he's insane, but they've made some moves. They got Mangiapane.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. He's greasy as well.
So I think that they intend on making the playoffs. I think they've made the right moves.
Their decor is Carlson, very good. Chychrun, very good. Roy, they got some good defenders.
Yep, 100%.
Could see that.
And Ovi for sure. He'll have a bounce back season, even though he's looking fat as hell right now.
He is. You seen the photos? Looking fucking 300.
Yeah, literally. Who's your number 2?
My number 2, I just think the Devils are too good to be 2, so I have the Rangers at number 2.
Rangers at number 2.
Yeah, I think the Devils are going to have a bounce-back season with Keefe.
Yep.
Everybody that leaves Toronto is just turns into a god when they leave Toronto. You see Kadri win a cup. You see Kessel win a cup. Bozak. Everybody's just sick, so I think I got the Rangers 2, Devils 1.
There you go. I got Rangers 1. They President's Trophy winners once again. I think their skill is just too good, and I think that
They didn't really lose anybody.
they didn't lose anyone. Their Eastern Conference final loss should sting. They should be looking to get back into the hunt. And yeah, their team's not too old. I think they're gonna win the Metro again this year.
Let's do it. And then
Let's go to Pacific.
Pacific. My number 8.
You got 4 teams?
I have 4 teams. My number 8 is the SJS San Jose Sharks. I just think great players in their system, just too young. Too young. They signed Toffoli to a fucking like $70 million contract. I was like, holy shit, what are we doing? But
Yeah.
And I always chirp my brother about San Jose. So
Yeah.
number 8, San Jose. You, Evan.
I have San Jose near the bottom too, but I got Anaheim at number 8.
Anaheim number 8.
I just think that, normally when a team finishes dead last, they don't normally finish last again. So I think they'll have a little bit of a jump up. But yeah, Anaheim, nothing great happening there. Zegras needs to get traded to Montreal and save his career, but that's what I'm going to say for Anaheim.
Fair enough. My number 7, if you draft second overall, or I don't know what Anaheim drafted, but your draft pick is shocked to even be in the top 10, that is a terrible pick. Your franchise sucks. Anaheim 7th. The guy literally, I don't know if anybody saw this. The guy was shocked as shit. He didn't even know he was going to be drafted in the top 10.
Yeah.
And they picked him at fucking number 2.
3.
Or 3, and then you go to Montreal and they get the guy who was supposed to go 1 with
Was he meant to be 1?
or he's meant to be 1 or 2 with Celebrini. It was meant to be
yeah.
Celebrini, and then him and fucking falls to Montreal somehow. So
That's awesome.
And my boy Logan Sawyer was on. Shout out to Sawyer. My fucking boy got drafted. So
There you go.
it's always hype.
So San Jose, I have San Jose at 7. Ass team.
We just
Evan,
flip-flopped.
your team's ass.
Your team fucking blows.
Yup. Nothing going on there. Nothing going on. They're going to be the next to get moved out of San Jose.
Yeah.
The Utah part 2 here, and it's just unfortunate to see. San Jose Sharks number 7. Good luck this season. I do like Toffoli, though. Former Hab.
Fair enough. Number
6.
I love Calgary, but they've lost too many people. They lost Markstrom. I'm talking about Calgary, by the way. I think Calgary number 6 lost Markstrom, Mangiapane. Their team's just awful. They have no decor. Hannafin's gone, so I think Calgary's 6.
Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to start a rebuild or something. But
I don't know what the is happening in Calgary. It's just so random. Like, who knows?
Yeah. They still got Hoover, though. That's their only chance. I got Calgary at 6 as well. So everything that you said,
Yeah.
they're not making the playoffs. I don't see it happening, but good luck to them. They're a Canadian team, so wish them the best.
Number 5, missing the playoffs. A bit of a shocker, but I have LA. When you re-sign Joel fucking Edmondson to the guy's making $4 million and was making $700K last year, and he's making $4 million on LA. So I don't know. LA's just a weird team. They can't beat Edmonton. I think that's 3 times in a row they've lost. It's even more embarrassing than Toronto, Boston, if I'm being honest. So
Yeah.
They lost Dubois, but I just think LA's 5.
Yeah, that's fair. I can respect it. I have my LA close to 5, but not exactly. I'm putting Seattle at 5. I think that
Missing?
in the playoffs.
Oh, you have 5?
Seattle,
Pacific?
yeah, 5 in the Pacific. I think Seattle will get back into the playoffs. They signed Montour. I feel like they got someone else.
Stevenson.
Yeah, Stevenson.
Which we'll talk about that contract on my next topic, but yeah.
So I got Stevenson and Montour at Seattle. I think that team's going to make a push back into the playoffs. What is this going to be, their 3rd year? No, their 4th year. It's going to be their 4th season already. Wow, yeah. So I think they'll get back in with that team, and looking forward to seeing it.
My number 4, I have them making the playoffs. Wild card number 1, because Minnesota's 2, is Seattle. I think last year was a little unlucky. They added Montour, playoff winner, Stevenson, who won it the year previous, and I just think they're going to get in.
Yeah, 100%. For me, number 4, we just have the opposite for LA and Seattle. I have LA at 4. Still got a good team. Drew Doughty, Kopitar, getting Darcy Kemper I thought was pretty good. Rebrand. So they got the rebrand going on.
Yeah.
That could be exciting. I don't know if players care about that, but I could give them a fresh new look. Quinton Byfield's good. They still got Dan O. I I think they're a team on the rise, but if they face Edmonton in the playoffs, they're going to lose.
Fair enough. My number 3, they lost a lot of guys, but it's Vegas. They always just squeak in somehow, and Mark Stone will go on the injured reserve by April. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll be ready for it.
Vegas at 3 as well. Good team, kind of a ruthless team. Yeah, in the playoffs for sure.
Number 2, I think we both have the same 2-1. Kind of obvious. I have Vancouver at my number 2. They didn't really do much, but they're just really good.
Yeah.
And number 1, well, everybody knows I have Edmonton. They're just OP, and they just got Skinner and Arvidsson, so they literally didn't lose anybody and just got 2 playoff guys. So I think they're 1.
Did they lose? They didn't lose anyone.
They didn't lose anybody. They re-signed everybody and just added 2 good guys. So
They lost Fogle.
oh, and McLeod. I guess they traded for that other guy I was
Matt
talking about
Savoie.
earlier. Yeah.
Fogle went to LA, I think, actually.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. So that's another good thing for LA. But I think you can fact check me. I've been wrong already on this
Yeah.
podcast. But yeah, I got Edmonton at 2, Vancouver at 1. Just for what the reason is, I don't know. I think that Vancouver's gonna have a better start to their season. I feel like Edmonton, it's not very easy to come back after such a devastating loss.
Yeah.
They might get off to a bit of a slow start, but Vancouver, I think, is excited with how their season ended. They lost in 7 to Edmonton, but Besser was injured, Demko was injured, and I think that there's pretty big potential with that team. So I got Vancouver winning the Pacific.
You want to do Cup champions?
Ooh,
I have mine already.
I haven't thought about it yet. Let's do Atlantic Division.
Okay, and then I'll say my cup, and while I say it, you can just think of what you think.
Okay, we'll do Cup finals, and then you tell like what the champion is, like who beats who in the final.
Atlantic.
I'll start. Ottawa at 8.
Okay.
This team is shite.
They are.
Okay, they're not getting better. What did they do?
This is our division, by the way, so we
Yeah.
can talk.
Exactly. What did they do?
They traded Chychrun for a bag of chips. They don't have a fucking goalie.
Did they? I thought they got a goalie. No.
So they traded away Corpusalo, but Olmark,
They got Allmark.
which in my opinion,
I don't know.
Ottawa. I looked at it. Ottawa's like, the only reason Olmark was good is because Boston was good.
That's what I'm thinking.
Ottawa is dog shit.
Well, I mean, Allmark did play well with Buffalo when Buffalo was ass, but I just don't think that he's going to be good enough to get Ottawa to the playoffs or even 7th.
Like he didn't even play in the playoffs. It was Swayman. So
Exactly.
my number 8. Now I do think it's Montreal. I do think they will be good in a few years, but I still think they're too young.
That's a crazy take. It's a crazy take.
Why? Who do you think they have in net? Who the do they have in net
Montembeault. He's good.
as a starter
starter.
1?
He's good. He's not.
We're in trouble, boys.
He is good. Montreal.
Your
once again,
decor.
You'll see where I have them.
Your decor is who?
But 8th is insane.
Savard, Matheson.
Yup.
Who's their first line? Caulfield, Suzuki, and who?
Logan Sawyer. Caulfield, Suzuki, and Slavkovsky.
Okay, that's a good line 1. His contract is either sick or awful.
I think he'll be good.
Who's your line 2?
Let me look it up. I should know this. I'm a Montreal Canadiens fan, but
Because your line 2 is just
Josh Anderson.
he fell off so hard last year.
Okay, here are the lines for Montreal. Slavkovsky, Suzuki, Caulfield, line 1. We got Gallagher, Newhook, and Kirby Doc, line 2. Not bad.
Is that a playoff? Is that a?
Is that
I think they could be better than Ottawa.
Alex Barré-Boulet, Christian Dvorak, and Josh Anderson, line 3.
You just said Josh Henderson line 2.
No, I didn't. I said Gallagher, Newhook, and Doc.
Oh, sorry.
Line 4, Raphael Harvey-Pinard, Jake Evans, and Yoel Armia. For
Like
defense.
on paper it's good.
Yeah.
But the problem is they kind of have the same team as last year.
Yeah.
Is your first round pick gonna play? Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think he will. Mike Matheson, Caden Gooley, Lane Hudson, David Savard, and Jordan Harrison, Arbor Jacka.
Like it's the exact same decor.
I'm going to be real. This is not a playoff team.
But you think they're above 8?
I think they're above 8.
Fair enough.
So at 7, I'll go. At 7, I got Buffalo.
I also have Buffalo. There's The trade they made the other day, what the are we doing, boys?
They bought out Jeff Skinner, and then they signed Jason Zucker for $5 million.
And then they go out and trade. So Matt Savoie is my age because I know him. I used to watch this guy. This guy's incredible. They traded him for Ryan McLeod.
Yeah.
A bag of Skittles. Literally a bag of Skittles. My number 6, or I guess you want to do it?
My number 6 is Montreal.
I have Ottawa.
So we just got Montreal and Ottawa flipped.
Is it just self-explanatory?
Yeah.
Your number 5?
Number 5, I got Tampa.
Making the playoffs or missing? Okay,
Tampa for wild card 2.
Wild card 2. Okay. My number 5 is Detroit. Missing. I don't think they make it.
Interesting.
I don't think they make it.
I think that losing Stamkos is gonna hurt Tampa.
I think it is, but they also got Gensel.
They did get Gensel. Actually, I didn't think
they did lose Sergachev though, and Chernak's coming off an ankle injury, and Vasi was injured, but it could be better.
Right. It's gonna be interesting. Actually, yeah. I didn't think of Gensel, but yeah, they did lose Sergachev. That's a hit. I'm gonna stick with 5th. Yeah.
You're number 4.
Detroit. Detroit.
Yeah.
I got Boston at 4.
Okay. Any self-explanatory? They did get Lindholm. I don't know if that changes your.
No, yeah, they got. No, I'm gonna keep him at 4. Honestly, I hate on Boston every season. I think they're gonna miss the playoffs, but they just prove me wrong every time. So I think they're gonna get in. I think they're gonna get wild card spot number 1.
Nice.
And yeah, go on a bit of a push maybe.
My wild card 1 team, number 4 is Toronto.
Okay.
Just think there's just so much noise going around with Marner. Like I don't know if it affects the team or not. I don't know how the leadership group is holding that accountable, but I don't know. I just don't think they're as good as previous years. They lost a lot of people. Yeah. They did get Tanev, but I don't know. That decor is pretty fucking atrocious. So who knows?
I hear you. For me, number 3, I got Toronto.
Okay, nice.
Toronto, I feel always finds a way to squeak into either that 3rd or 2nd spot in the division.
They'll get Boston and get same as usual.
Yeah, but I think they're good. I think that they're getting a little bit tougher now. They got Craig Berube, so I could actually see them getting into the wild card spot because I'm sure they'll focus less on regular season success and more just try to build just kind of a toughness culture that maybe loses them some pointless games, but in the playoffs, I think they'll be ready.
Nice. My number 3. I have Tampa. I think Stamkos got 40 and 40 last year. I don't know. I think Gensel, he'll probably be the same. Where they end up last year, I think 4th they ended up last year.
Yeah.
But they didn't have Vasi for 2 months because I remember playing fantasy without him in my lineup. So I don't know. I think getting Vasi starting because he's been pretty shit the past 2 years. So I think he might have a bounce back year, and then I think 3rd's pretty good for them.
There you go. For me, in 2nd place, I got Detroit.
Ooh,
I think Detroit's going to make a push. In second.
Now, my question to you is, who is their goalie?
Cam Talbot.
You got Cam Talbot?
Yeah, Alex Lyon and Billy Husso.
So that's not a bad pick.
But yeah, no, I thought they still got. I mean, their defense I think is really good, and I feel like they haven't really lost many people from last year. They got Tarasenko too,
and Kane.
Yeah, they re-signed Kane, and at the very end, you remember how they were at the end of the season. That last push. I think we'll see more of that team this year. So I have them at 2. Very high jump, but I think they're going to make the playoffs.
Nice. My number 2 is Florida.
Yeah.
Stanley Cup winners. So that leaves Boston at number 1. I just think it was Zadorov and Lindholm.
Yeah.
With Swayman and that finally starting, I think they're OP and going to eliminate Toronto for an 8th year in a row. So
I hear you.
That's what I got.
There you go. I got Florida at 1.
No self-explanatory. They're just OP.
Stanley Cup, defending champs.
They did lose a lot of people though.
They did.
Montour,
Tarasenko.
Fucking, I don't even know who else, but it just feels like a lot.
Yeah, maybe they didn't really lose. They
lost
signed
2 guys to Toronto. Stolars.
Oh yeah,
and,
the backup.
Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
That's right.
That's 2 key pieces on the decor.
Yep. So, Stanley Cup. What do you see as the Stanley Cup final matchup?
So, my Stanley Cup final matchup is Edmonton. And I actually think it's going to be a rematch.
A rematch.
I think Florida and Edmonton both get in, but I have Edmonton winning this time.
Nice.
So if I had $50 that I had to bet on, I would bet on a rematch. But I'd bet on Edmonton getting the home side. I think they win I actually think Edmonton wins the President's Trophy and finally breaks a curse. So
That's some bold predictions.
breaks
right
two
there.
curses at once: one the Canadian Cup and two a President's Trophy when they're not winning it. So
That's some bold predictions.
that's my prediction. You? I feel like you've been close at times.
Feel.
There's just too many good teams, and I would never have guessed Florida last year.
Yeah. My Stanley Cup prediction is for the final to be Nashville versus Boston.
Two yellow teams.
Yep. And I'm going to give it to Nashville.
Nice.
I think Nashville's going to get their first ever Stanley Cup. The last two Stanley Cup winners have been first-time Cup champs. You had Vegas win their first
Florida
in 2023, and then Florida in 2024. I think we see another one where Nashville picks it up. I think Stamkos is going to have a big middle finger to Tampa Bay.
Okay, you're playing the villain story.
Yeah, and Boston, once again, Boston's with Zadorov and Lindholm in and Swayman, like you said.
They're gonna be good.
I think they're going to be good in the playoffs. I think they're going to make a push. I'm going to say Nashville over Boston in 2025 for the Stanley Cup.
Nice.
There we go. We will see. We'll look
come back to
at
this. Yeah.
See if we came close at all. Maybe we're completely out of our minds, but
So for just could be bang on, could not be. Who knows?
exactly. And see if you can get your fourth silver in the pool.
Yeah, that would. That sucks. Who have I lost to?
Dave and Grace, and then the other one was regular season.
Oh, okay.
So Robin won in that year. You have to just accept your
3
L's.
silvers. I wanted to drink out of the cup live, but I can't because I'm
Can't
not a
yet.
winner. I can't touch it because I'm
Yeah.
not a winner either. So
Gotta wait a bit.
did she drink out of it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You gotta
Good
get
question. I should probably ask her.
You got to get the cereal cups coming.
Yeah. I had on my list, forgot to ask you. When we were watching, I was watching yesterday the game, the Portugal-France game.
Okay.
Went to pens. Everyone scored except for one guy.
I love this topic.
Yeah. Everyone scored except for one guy. I think his name's João Felix or something.
Okay. I know that guy. That guy's number 4 or some shit.
What do you have to say about his miss?
Now, I think if you're I was telling my dad, so yesterday it was my dad's 50th birthday, so we went out to Montana's just watching the France. I forget who they beat in pens. I think it was Portugal. They eliminated
France,
Ronaldo,
yeah.
And I was watching it going there is no way. You're in the pros. You work your ass off for 20 years. You can't pick a top corner as a pro soccer player because the goalie is not going to get there because he's going to guess low, left, or right. The goalie just has a 50% chance. You cannot tell me a pro player can't pick a corner. That's my argument, and everybody else who has a different opinion because I don't care.
Soccer goalies might be the most useless position in all of sports.
I 1,000% agree with that.
The net is 200 feet long.
And I remember listening to Dana White. He said why he respects hockey. The net is this big,
Yeah.
and you're checking and soccer. You go to a soccer game, it's 0-0, and the net is from the front door to the backyard door, and I got to pay $150 for a 0-0 game, and then it goes to pens, and the guy can't even score a pen who's in the pros.
Yeah.
I put a top right bin at Cat Riviere. Remember when we had that penalty shootout versus I don't even know what the school's called.
Yeah.
If
I think it was Keffel de Jeune.
if 7th grade me could do it, you cannot tell me a pro cannot pick a top corner in voice crack there. Sorry, you cannot pick a top corner in a World Cup.
Literally.
That's my argument. I don't go what everybody else says. So
Who do you think's going to win the Euro Cup? We'll see. This is going to be out after the Cup's
literally,
already
England
finished.
just beat Switzerland live as we were recording. So
There you go.
I'm gonna go with England. I'm gonna go with England because France. I told you that weird stat
Hasn't
that
scored.
happened. They literally haven't scored apparently
Yeah.
themselves yet. So I don't know. I think England was like I was looking at like the money lines on the bet thing. I think they were the favorite, so I'm gonna go with the favorite, and I think England's gonna win.
There you go. There you go, CJT. It's been a good episode.
It's been a great episode. Thank you for having me.
Is there anything else you need to mention, bring up? Do you have any final thoughts that you'd like to share?
Oh yeah, I want to get your opinion about kick the can back in the day. That's what I want. Still, one thing I want to get your opinion. What did you want to explain to people how the game works?
I'm gonna be real. Don't remember.
Okay, I'll explain to you how the game works. So like Carter used to live near me because we kind of got to tell a backstory because you didn't just
give some context.
You didn't just show up to my house randomly. Kind of used to be my neighbor a couple of houses down. So he always used to play in our backyard, swim or whatever. And then my dad invented this game where you have a soccer ball at the front yard of the house, and there's one person that's it, and the others go and hide, and you have to try and kick the soccer ball before that person sees you. So we'd be hiding inside, and when Carter would go behind, we'd run out and try and kick the ball. And if you're the person that's it, you have to try and it's like hide and seek kind of, but the only way you can eliminate the person that's it is by kicking the soccer ball. So we used to play that when we were younger. And
so hold up, you have to kick it and it has to hit the person?
No, you just have to kick it away. So once you kick it away, then say you get 30 seconds and then you run back and go hide. So that's the game we used to play. I don't know if you remember that.
That's a classic. No, I remember playing. It was fun.
I don't know any other topics we had, though. I'm sure it was been a great episode, CP.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
You're for having me. No, hopefully I don't get sued, or hopefully I don't get an email from some LGBTQ member telling me to go kill myself. So
hopefully not.
Hopefully the clips are good. I don't think I offended anybody. And if somebody wants to come at me in the comments, I'm more than welcome to come at me in the comments. I live for that shit, so
there you go.
If somebody wants to roast me, go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, episode 69. That's Colin Thompson.
Sir, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming on this 2024 episode. If you want to watch his 2023 episode, link will be in the description. And go check it out. Some funny stuff. Not sure if we'll have a part 3. If we do, it's going to be in 2025. Yeah. But if this is
it, I love my time here.
Absolutely.
It's actually been an honor speaking to my boy that I've grown up with. So
absolutely
appreciate it, CP.
It's been a good time. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. It's VoV. We'll see you next Sunday. Peace out.